right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the tennis, and we're watching Mboko taking on Haddad Maia. We didn't get to watch Mboko last week, and I predicted her to be close to top 10, so I want to see what she looks like this early in the year to get an idea of whether or not that was a smart move. She played well last week, but because it was United Cup, the team Canada didn't get through, so she only got 2 matches. So that's why she's playing here again. And then, that's all we got today. And there's more matches on today, but we're not watching. This is the only one we're watching. And then over the next week, we're just going to be watching bits and pieces, depending on where the best action is. Kooyong's got some matches. We've got Australian Open have some practice match things going on. Qualies are happening in the Australian Open right now. There's tournaments in Auckland and Adelaide and Hobart that we can jump around to depending on what's interesting. So yeah, it's a pretty hopefully it's a pretty chilled week. Which is the first time in a while. It feels like before a Grand Slam recently, at least the last 12 months, it's been pretty hectic. So it wouldn't be bad if we had a bit of a light week to start before we get to a big slam. So then, because we all know how busy that's going to be. So yeah, Raducanu's playing tomorrow. Is she okay? I know Kyrgios is playing tomorrow in Kooyong. I don't know if we watch Kyrgios though, because he's not playing the singles. He's playing Triple Z. Look, maybe we'll watch him because we won't get to watch him. Maybe that's a good idea. Like, we'll watch Keegs take on Triple Z, even though he's not playing singles at the Australian Open, but because he might not play singles, who knows, until Wimbledon maybe. So that's probably maybe not a bad idea. Raducanu's supposed to play tomorrow. I think Shelton's not playing tomorrow. Ruud and Shelton are not playing tomorrow. No. But yeah, Milos Raonic officially retired today. Yep. Is that a? I'm guessing it's effective immediately. He's not. There's no farewell. There's no. This is my final year. He's saying he's retiring now. Is that what he is? Is that what he said? I read it and I don't know if I skimmed over it, but I don't know if he said, he didn't say like effective immediately, did he? But then he didn't say, this is my final year. So maybe it does mean today. But hey, look, maybe he didn't want to say anything specific. So then, in Canada, he can jump in and say, "I'll play one more tournament." Maybe. I tell you though, Milos Raonic is. He wrote a massive. I only read the first bit when he said retiring, and the moment has come. But he wrote a long Twitter message, which is a long Twitter feed, but he's very, very philosophical. He's a very intelligent guy. Because I'm reading the last paragraph here saying, "What's next? I won't be slowing down. There is much more of life to live, and I'm motivated and hungry." So I wonder what that means. You know what? He will go on. He will probably. He might be too smart for TV though. He might be too smart. Nah, or maybe. He probably go on, what's a Canadian tennis channel? Like TSN, right? Maybe he goes on that as an analyst or something. He'd be great for on Tennis Channel or something, but I don't know if I feel like him and Sam Querrey are just I don't know how that would work. I don't know if that. Maybe it could be like a funny comedy duo where you've got the straight man and the goofy guy. Maybe that works. Maybe that could work. Like Milos being factual, and then Sam, cracking jokes. That could be pretty funny. Happy to see him. 47 aces in one match in 2024. Yeah. He was a beast on that serve. But again, like so many, a part of that generation that just the wrong time, wrong place, wrong time. Had Raonic been around today, he'd probably be like the Hurkacz, like what Hubie is now. Maybe Hubie's a little bit more better, like a bit more of a better on the ground, but he'd kind of be like the Hurkacz if he was around. If he was sort of like 10 years younger, maybe. Just unlucky. Anyone who played tennis in the 2010s was just unlucky. If that was their prime, got to the finals, lost to goats. I mean, stopped by goats is that the 2010s. Many players stopped by goats. Tsonga, Burdick. By the way, what did Joe Willie say? I heard. I saw something like popping off about him talking about something. Was he saying? Is he another one of those ex-pros that's saying, well, back in my day, I was better? Oh, he is. Oh, no, he is. Oh, no. We can't be doing this. Joe, we can't do this. We can't be saying we can't be saying doing... Like, that's what... Come on now. He says they're dominant force, but this is a weaker era and they're benefiting. He might not be wrong, but also, we can't do this. We can't be doing this. It's like Boris Becker and John McEnroe saying, well, back in the 90s and the 80s, it was actually really tough. Wooden rackets these guys wouldn't survive. You go, yeah, but come on, we can't have like, come on. They might be right. Maybe 10 years ago it was tougher, but I don't want to hear this back in my day because Alcaraz and Sinner are winning everything. I don't want to, come on. Come on. Because once the pros start saying it, then the fans are going to start believing it, and then we're not going to appreciate Sinner and Alcaraz as much. Everyone's going to... I mean, how many people say weak era Federer 2003 and don't give him credit? I mean, we can't be taking credit away from Alcaraz and Sinner for what they're doing. They didn't choose to play now. They didn't choose to be born at this time. They could have... it's not their fault. Shout out to Joao Fonseca, arguably the greatest French player of all time. Did we come to that? Sorry, greatest French player of the Open era. Is that what we decided? I think we did, right? We got to the greatest Frenchman of the Open era was Joe, right? Because Jannik Noah is the only Grand Slam champion, but Joe has more accolades than him. I want to see more Joe. Can we get Joe? You know what I want to see? Bring back the Champions Tour. Bring back the Champions Tour. I want Joe Woodford Tsonga, David Ferrer, Nalbandian. I want Safin. I want to see Andy Roddick get up out of the podcast chair and jump back on the court and play these guys. I want to see Hewitt, Leighton, Leighton back, and then maybe special appearance by Roger or Rafa every now and again. That's what I want to see. I want to see those players. Burdick, get Burdick out there. Let's get Baghdada's back. He plays those events anyway. Let's get this Champions Tour back and going. Tim Henman, he was fit. He's looking fit, so get him to serve and volley. We need the Champions Tour back. Bring it back. We need to see these guys, instead of talking in interviews about back in my day, we need to see them playing. Give us that nostalgia that we miss. I know he just retired, but still. Bring back the Champions Tour. And on the women's side, yeah, let's bring back the champions. Let's get a champions on the women's tour too. Justine, Kim, Serena. Somehow we can try and get Serena. That'd be a hard one. Anyways, here we go. Haddad Maia to serve, and Mboko is going to return. I'm going to go in Mboko. I feel like this is tough though because Haddad Maia is no joke. Serve to the backhand of Mboko. Haddad Maia backhand to the backhand of Mboko. Haddad Maia forehand. Again to the backhand of Mboko. Forehand again goes down the line from Haddad Maia. Mboko gets it back. Haddad Maia forehand again. Slice from Mboko. Haddad Maia comes in and puts down the backhand. And then the volley from Haddad Maia is good. And Mboko with a lob. Goes long. What a rally to start. All right, that's the first point of the match. Yeah, bring Barty back. Bring back the Barty party. I mean, let's go. $15 love. By the way, Chad, if you haven't checked out the video brought out yesterday, go check it out. Very important news about the Australian Open seeds. The Australian Open seeds are set. So go check that out if you haven't already. Also, Chad, I went for a 4-kilometer run today and it was brutal. It was only going to be a 20-minute run, and then I ended up going 4K instead because I was just like, you know what? I can push a little more, and now I'm like, why did I do that? 30 love. Serving the backhand of Mboko. Backhand from Haddad Maia. Oh, Haddad Maia's down. She's all right. She just slipped over. And it's 30-15. Haven't watched it yet? Go watch it. Go watch it. It's important news. Also, the ranking show will be coming out tonight. Will be coming out today. Tomorrow? Today. I'm going to be on that after this. 30-15. Ranking show is taking a little bit longer to put together because it's a bit more robust at the moment. So, as we get a backhand return into the forehand of Haddad Maia. Backhand now from Mboko. Haddad Maia forehand goes long. It's 30-all. 30-all. All right. Serve again. Serve again. As a return. Goes out. 40-30. 40-30. As we get a fault second serve. And we get a double fault. We get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. All right, 4-4 rallies. That goes out by Mboko. All right, as Mboko hits that one out. And it's... back to deuce. Oh, no. Yeah. Judge Maya must hit it out. Back to deuce. All right. Back to deuce. As we backhand to the forehand of Haddad Maia, and then Mboko hits it wide. Advantage Haddad Maia. All right. All right. By the way, Deb, I just updated the rules. Let me know if we need to add anything. I think we covered it all. All right. Dash Maya holds. It's 1-love. All right. Potapova was a lucky loser in this tournament, as was Buskwa. Yeah, they both, because who pulled out? Pagula and Kostyuk pulled out, right? So they got replaced. No pineapple pizzas in chat. That's an unwritten rule. Love 15. Yeah, I feel like the complaining about matches thing, it goes without saying, I think. That's, it happens anyway, but I don't think it should be I don't think we need to be a rule. If somebody's spamming like, why aren't we watching Medvedev? Why aren't we watching Medvedev? Why are we watching watch Alcaraz? Why aren't we watching this? Why aren't we watching this? Then, yeah. But if somebody's like just asking a question, I don't think we need to stress too much. I feel like no angry gamblers is probably you can be a gambler just to be angry. 30-15. You can talk about gambling, just don't be angry about it. Backhand goes into the forehand of Haddad Maia. Into the backhand of Mboko. Haddad Maia down the line. Mboko gets it back, but hits it wide. 30-0. Complaining about matches. No. Complaining about not like if I'm watching this and then people coming in and saying, why aren't we watching this match? Like that happens a lot. Because there's a lot of matches to watch. So it was just getting out of hand. So we had to lock it down, but it doesn't seem too crazy now. Just the people that are they come in and and I trust me, I stress out when I can't watch everything. So it's not fun getting told I'm missing matches because I'm like, yeah, I know I am. I wish I could watch everything. 40-30. Yeah, you can complain about a match, I guess. You can complain about what's happening in the match as long as you're not like being like, like as long as you're not an angry gambler. You can be like, I can't believe Coco Gauff hit 20 double faults or whatever. Like, okay. That's fair. Anyways, deuce. But, yeah. As long as you're not, saying like, oh, Coco Gauff cost me $20. It's like, no, go away. We don't want that. We don't need that. Deuce. Cam raises to 2,000. Oh, wait, the request for matches. Oh, yeah. Yeah, inflation. Cost of living is cruel. All right, that goes out by Mboko. Advantage to Haddad Maia. Advantage to Haddad Maia. Do you plan on watching the earlier Australian Open matches? Are you talking about the exhibitions this week? Probably, yeah. Probably. Not all of them, but yeah. As Mboko hits a winner, back to deuce. So who's playing? So tomorrow we've got Zverev Musetti. We might watch that. We're definitely going to watch Sinner and Alcaraz matches later in the week. I want to watch the 1 point slam, but I just don't know how to show what's happening with, because there's no such thing as a scoreboard for that, right? I might just have to do I have an idea for it, but as that goes net by Mboko on the volley, I'm just gonna have to figure out how to, because it'll be boring if I'm just like, hey, 1 point, and then but we need to see who's progressing. So I got to figure that out. Because the 1 point slam's fun. Like I watched it last year, and it's pretty funny. It's over in like 30 minutes though, so maybe it's not even worth it. There's a Haddad Maia in the net, deuce. Roger's playing on Saturday night, so I don't think we'll watch it because I'll watch it personally, but I don't think we'll stream it because maybe we will. I don't know. I haven't decided. I don't even know if I can watch any of these yet. As long as if they're not being shown, I'm sure they're being on TV. Forehand goes wide by Haddad Maia advantage. This has been a very long start to this match. All right. Advantage on Mboko. I was really hoping this match wouldn't be, I forgot Haddad Maia's playing. It's going to be 3. Whoops. It's going to be 7 hours long. Oh, I should have known. This was a big mistake. This was a big mistake. Why did I? Whoops. Oh, anyways, return goes into the back of Haddad Maia. I forgot who she was playing. Forehand rally. Now backhand to the forehand of Mboko. Backhand of Haddad Maia goes out, and it's 1-1 in about 10 minutes, I think. Vicky takes the game. 1-1. Leighton and Roger playing at the same time, and Agassi and Rafter. That's a great combo. We might watch it. I've been watching Roger highlights lately because I've just been like, man, there's no Roger out there. There's guys that play like Rafa. There's obviously Novak still there. But man, there's no Roger. There's nothing even close to Roger out there, No one has that effortless elegance that also wins, right? There's players that can play, that look like they play like Roger, but they don't win like Roger. They're not competitive like Roger. So when you watch these highlights, you're like, damn, no one plays like that. There's no Roger right now. Anyways, backhand to the volley of Haddad Maia in the net. Just effortless, elegant. Yeah. It's love 15. Agassi Rafter will be interesting. They're playing doubles. It's not. I don't think it's not singles. They're playing doubles. All right, love 15. Love 15 as we serve again from Haddad Maia. Into the backhand of Mboko. Mboko hits it wide. 15-0. 15 all. All right. $30.15. As we get a fault from Haddad Maia, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Mboko. Haddad Maia goes to the front of Mboko. There's Haddad Maia backhand again to the front of Mboko. Mboko hits wide, 40-15. $40.15. As we get a fault second serve. As a return, nope, that's a double fault. And it's 40-30. $40-30. Haddad Maia serves again. Another fault, second serve. So the winner of this match, by the way, will take on the winner of Kalinskaya and Ruse, who are playing, I guess, later. As a return goes to the front of Haddad Maia. Point out from Mboko. Haddad Maia forehand at the back of Mboko. It's 17 minutes for 3 games. Mboko on the net. 2-1. 17 minutes for 3 games. This is a tennis match. Maybe I should have thought about. It might be close though, but it's gonna be long. It's gonna be a long one. We're gonna be here for a couple of hours. All right. Used to only watch Federer. Lost interest after his retire. ATP since his retirement. Now watch WTA. Yeah, fair enough. I had the same thing when Leighton retired. When Leighton retired, I didn't watch tennis. And then I came back because John Millman beat Roger Federer at the the US Open, and that piqued my interest. And then a month later, I started the channel. But I didn't care for tennis. I very casually watched tennis between like 2014 to 2018. Like I would listen to the Australian Open when I was at work or in London, and then I'd watch Wimbledon and French Open, but I wouldn't really pay that much attention. All right. 2-1 as that goes out by Mboko, and it's love 15. As the return goes into the front of Mboko. Haddad Maia down the line at the back of Mboko. Haddad Maia forehand on the stretch. Mboko hits it wide and it's love 30. Now, I don't know if these two have actually played before. No, they have not. Mboko hasn't played many players though, because she is pretty new to the scene. So it's no surprise that she hasn't played Haddad Maia. Haddad Maia was top 10 like what, 2 years ago? Semi-finals at the French not that long ago. All right, love 40. As with a 4 now from Mboko. That goes out. All right, there's the break. 3-1. Haddad Maia. All right. Three to 1. Now, Mboko is currently ranked 18 in the world. She has beaten one top 10 player, that was Coco Gauff. She's beaten Raducanu before. She's beaten Fernandez. She's beaten Kenin. Osaka. All over the last, 12 months. 12 months ago, this is how crazy things are, right? 12 months ago, Mboko was playing a W35. A W35 event, which if you check this out, it's the second lowest level of professional tennis according to this, this structure. Obviously, there's other professional tennis, like UTRs and stuff, but she was playing a W35 12 months ago, which is the second tier of third level tennis. I mean, it's the second lowest tier. So how far things have changed, Her ranking, by the way, which is probably even more impressive, was 333 in the world. And now she's close this close to top 10. So yeah, 333 in the world. She did win that event. I think it was in France. Is that France? Is that a French name? I don't know. But yeah, that's where she was 12 months ago. 333 in the world, playing a W35 in somewhere, probably in France. Maybe not. Might be in Canada because they have France and Canada. If there's French in Canada, I don't know. Where's L'Elementin? Where is that? Is that in France? Is that in Canada? 15 all. Is that somewhere else? Is that in Asia? I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything. 15 all. As with a forehand now to the backhand of Mboko. Backhand from Haddad Maia. Mboko forehand. Into the forehand of Haddad Maia as Mboko goes cross-court again. The forehand of Haddad Maia. Haddad Maia in the nets. And it's 15-30. Now, Haddad Maia, when was the last time she took out a top 20 player? Because I don't know. She hasn't been super on the radar lately. She's currently 58. She lost to Anisimova at the US Open in the fourth round. That was the last time she was really up there. And she beat Svitolina on the grass courts in Bad Berg. But she was 20 in the world at the time. By the way, not in Mboko. Haddad Maia's gone from... Oh, I know why. She's gone from 25 to 58. But that's because she couldn't defend. She wasn't able to defend that trophy. Remember how they used to do the Elite Trophy? They didn't do it last year, and she won it the year before, right? She won 24. So those points... Probably I don't know how many points, maybe 800 points, something like that, just disappeared. That's why she's dropped so far. That makes sense. All right. 15-40. All right, 15-40, breakback points. As Haddad Maia serves the fault second serve. Serve goes into the forehand of Mboko. Forehand from Haddad Maia. Goes long. We're back on serve. It's going to be one of them matches. All right. One second, chap. Ah, 3-2. 3-2. All right. Actually, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I just got to go grab something. All right. We're back on serve. And it's 3-2, 15 love. All right, 30 love. Was tuned into the AO qualifiers and was surprised that Sloane Stephens is playing. I thought she might have retired. Yeah. I was surprised too, but then I realized, well, not realized, but then I thought, oh well, of course the Australian Open's going to have, in the qualies they have to have some big names because they sell tickets for the Australian Open qualies, so they can't really sell tickets if there's no one to watch, like no one to watch, right? If they don't know. So having Sloane Stephens in the qualifying helps boost ticket sales for the for that event. It's probably why they I mean, if Kyrgios had got a wild card, Stan would have played qualies. So again, a great person to have in the qualies because you can, they'll get a lot of people, buying tickets for the qualies to go watch Stan if he was in the qualies. But that's, Townsend's there as well. It's why they, they have to have some names because otherwise nobody, not many people are gonna want to go to the qualies. I mean, if you're a Sloane Stephens fan, you can pay like $20 and you can go see her up close and personal playing qualies. I mean, that's great, right? It's Katie Boulder's in there too. So yeah, there's a lot of names in the qualies. And they have to do that because otherwise, no one's paying $20 to see players they don't know. 3-3. Also, some of the players want to play the qualies to get those matches. Maybe Sloane Stephens was wanted to play qualies to get the extra matches before, to earn her place, in the main draw and feel confident by, winning a couple of matches when no one's watching, or at least when most people aren't watching. What's your favorite tennis part of the tennis season? What gets you excited the most? I love April, the start of the clay season. That Monte Carlo, like that early clay season. Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Madrid, like that stretch. I love that. And so we're backing down the line of the backhand of Mboko, backing out from Haddad Maia, and Mboko forehand. Into the forehand of Haddad Maia, and Mboko backhand goes wide, and it's 15-all. Stuttgart's in there as well. Like I love that change from hard court to clay. Like I love that transition. Like watching all the best players in the world play on clay, like for the first time after they've been playing on hard courts, because some players play on clay in February, but most players don't play until Monte Carlo. So watching that, like the play from Miami to Monte Carlo, watching that change, I love that, because it's very unpredictable. A lot of players, a lot of upsets happen. As Haddad Maia hits a winner, players aren't used to playing. It gives a lot of other players a chance to win because they're better clay quarters. I love that, like that period of time. And clay tennis is just so much fun. Like it's so interesting. It's long. It takes a while, but it's like strategically, it just feels it's so much more interesting. It's just a totally different. Like you can't just hit your way out of trouble. You have to think your way out of trouble. All right. Serve again. Into the back of Mboko. Return goes in. And then Haddad Maia puts it away. All right. The Brazilian fans are going crazy in the stands. 40-15. Isn't it great to see Medi finding some form? The serve is definitely back. But I think he had a shoulder problem last year. Yeah, hopefully he's fit and fresh, because I think the ATP needs Medvedev. We need, like, the men's tour needs Medvedev to be playing well. Because he's a Grand Slam champion. He's a fan favorite. And he could also be a threat to Sinner and Alcaraz. He could. I don't think he will be, but he could. Like, he has known to beat them before. He's one of the only guys that can probably brag about beating them multiple times. I wonder how many players have actually beaten Sinner and Alcaraz at Grand Slams. He's got to be one of a few. There's got to be not many, right? Maybe Zverev, Medvedev, Djokovic. Who else has beaten Sinner and Alcaraz? Because Medvedev beat Alcaraz at the US, Sinner at Wimbledon in recent years. Djokovic has obviously beaten both of them. Zverev beat Sinner at the US, Alcaraz at the French. Who else? Is that it? I mean, Rafa, but he's not here. I don't know. Rafa didn't play Alcaraz, did he? At the Slams. Anyways, Haddad Maia 4-3. Who else has beaten them at the Slam? I'm just trying to think. Medvedev. Am I missing anybody? Tsitsipas hasn't. Rublev hasn't. De Minaur hasn't. Shelton hasn't. Fritz hasn't. Oh yeah, and Zverev also beat Carlos at Australian Open. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think that's it, right? So having Medvedev back in form is great for the sport, because he's one of a few guys that can actually threaten, or has been known to threaten, Alcaraz and Sinner at times. Now, look, you can say that was so long ago that doesn't matter, but I think, if you've got, most guys don't have any wins over Sinner or Alcaraz, so they don't have that confidence. But Medi has confidence. He's beaten the GOATs. He knows how to beat the best of the best we've ever seen. So why wouldn't he have confidence to take Sinner or Alcaraz? I'll tell you what I would love to see at the Australian Open. I would love to see Hurkacz versus Alcaraz, and I'd love to see Medvedev Sinner. Medvedev Sinner would be a great. I feel like that right now would be a really fun matchup. In a quarterfinal, Sinner versus Medvedev, quarterfinal. I think that would be a good match right now, especially in Australia where Medvedev's it's probably arguably his best slam, even though he hasn't won any, but he's been to the final multiple times. He's been probably most successful slam, most winningest slam, most wins at a slam. That's better way. That's how do you say it? Kooyong schedule's out. Yeah, Kyrgios is playing tomorrow. Cool. All right. 15 love. It's def relevant. He's been number one, stopped Novak from a career slam, has beaten the big two at slams. Medi is def's in the mix, and when he's in form, yeah. He might not, pose a strategic threat against Alcaraz, but then again, if he just gets the ball back and Alcaraz is having a bit of an off day, maybe he could get Carlos. I mean, maybe he could grind Carlos down and frustrate Alcaraz. Maybe. I don't know how he beats Sinner now, but I mean, he's lost so many in a row. But again, I just think he'll. It's sort of like, I mean, if we want to make it a comparison, not a direct comparison, but I guess it's sort of like a bit like, maybe like like a Murray against like Djokovic Nadal. Like he wasn't going to win every time, but he wasn't going to get embarrassed. Like he was going to make it competitive. And sometimes Murray won. Maybe that's probably a better, like the best. And again, I'm not comparing like that Murray and Medvedev are the same. Like I'm just saying like somebody who, when they play those guys, the best two players at the time, they would take, he'd make it competitive and maybe he would win sometimes. Like Medvedev might have that kind of in his favor where, he might not beat them, but he's probably not going to get beaten up by them. Like he'll make it competitive. Fast forward 2 weeks when they play in the quarters and Medvedev's up 2 sets of love. 4-all. 4-4. Back to Haddad Maia. It's been 37 minutes. Haddad Maia did have the break, but then gave it back. As Haddad Maia hits a drop shot, but it's in the net. Love 15. Love 15. As we had a backhand from Haddad Maia down the line. Mboko slice. Haddad Maia puts away the volley. 15-all. 15-all. As we default. Second serve. As we get a backhand from Mboko in the net. 30-15. 30-15. So Daj Maia serves again. Into the front of Mboko. Front of Daj Maia. Mboko pass. Daj Maia volley, a winner. All right, 40-15. Curious to see how Medvedev ends up in the draw. Same with Hubie. Well, so Hubie is like, that's going to be real interesting where he falls, because he's got he could play anybody in the first round. Like it's like everybody's sweating on her catch. By the way, I'm just having a look at the qualies. Seeing if anybody of note has played as that goes in from Daj Maia, and it's 5-4. So Basevareddy, who won a set of Djokovic last year, which kind of announced himself. He hasn't done much since, but I think he's had injuries. He won his first match. Nicholas Jarry losing first round. That's big. Interesting. Dane Sweeney's playing. I think he had a practice with Sinner yesterday. I know that he has a YouTube channel as well. If you want to watch somebody vlogging the Challenger circuit and the lower ranked tournaments, go check out Dane Sweeney. He has a YouTube channel about like what it's like to play week to week, like the average player, the average professional, not the top 10 players who are winning slams. The grind of the challenges. He's got. It's really interesting. Who else is playing? Lajovic is playing later. Tomic is playing later. Interesting. Cruz is playing tomorrow. Is he? I can't see him there today. On the women's side, Stevens is playing right now. She's up 6-1 first set. Bronzetti is playing as well. Bronzetti's out of the top 100? She's winning in the third. Townsend's playing later today. Fruhvirtova's playing later today. And for the Canadians, Stakuzic is playing later, who I think is also a young Canadian. Didn't she play like Billie Jean King Cup a couple of years ago and like broke out? 15-love. Mboko serving to stay in the set. There's with a backhand into the front of Daj Maia. Off the tape. Mboko forehand. And then Daj Maia hits it wide on the forehand down the line. And it's 30-love. Bronzetti took medical time out and was cramping. Ouch. 30-love. We're going to fault second serve. As Mboko 40-love. Love. And the return goes out by Daj Maia. All right, 5-5. Five all. Okay. 5-5. There's Haddad Maia serving again. And she serves a fault, second serve. The Cruz is playing tomorrow. I mean, if the schedule works out, we might even watch him. If I can figure out how to watch him. I don't know if I can find if they're showing that. I'd love to watch Cruz. I just don't know if we can. I'm sure it's being shown. I'm sure it's being shown. Yeah, I think they are showing it. They're going to show. They might show it tomorrow. Because they're showing Tomic playing qualies today, so they'll probably show Cruz tomorrow. 30 love. I'm pretty sure. Okay, good serving Haddad Maia, 40 love. $40 love. As we get another fault, second serve. All right, nice serving at Haddad Maia. She stays in front, 6-5. All right. There's so many tournaments on right now. What will we be watching tomorrow? Yes. I don't know. Depends on the schedule. Tomorrow, yeah, I don't know. Depends on the schedule. Making dinner, honey rolls and salmon with veggies and rice. Nice. Sounds delicious. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm starving. But I'm hoping this match doesn't go 7 hours because I do want to eat. Also on Boko, she's doing really well. Yeah. Yes, she is. All right. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to watch tomorrow. So we've got options. We just need the schedules to come out later today to then figure out what's going on. All right, 6-5. Boko serving to take us to a tiebreak. All right. Love 15. As Mboko gets a point, 15-0. As the serve goes back into Haddad Maia. Mboko forehand off the tape. Haddad Maia hits a backhand wide. 30-15. As Haddad Maia with a good return, 30-all. All right. First serve is a fault, second serve. As Haddad Maia wins a point. 30-40, we're going to set point. Set point. For Haddad Maia. As Mboko serves a fault, second serve. Serving to the forehand of Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. Haddad Maia hits a forehand into the forehand of Mboko. Mboko, it's a long. No tie break. Haddad Maia steals the set. And we have 7-5. All right. First set in the bag. Cool. All right. Okay. Did you hear that Medvedev has won 22 titles in 22 different places? I did, yes. I was thinking that this morning. How many places can he win in individual places? Can he win trophies at? How many are left? By the way, 9 winners and 13 errors from Mboko, 8 winners and 7 errors from Haddad Maia. Like how many titles has he not won yet? That he how many more cities has he not won in yet? That realistically he would, right? I mean, there's probably heaps of 250s, but like he hasn't won in Melbourne. He hasn't won. Has he won in Paris? Yes, because he won the indoor title. He hasn't won in London. Where else? He hasn't won in Monte Carlo. He hasn't won in Madrid. So those titles. Where else? He's won in Shanghai. He's won in Canada, Cincinnati. But did he win in Toronto or Montreal when he won Canada? He's won in Rome. He hasn't won at Indian Wells. So that's another one. He's won in Doha. Has he won in Dubai? He's won in Rotterdam. He has won in Dubai. He hasn't won in Hella. which he's been in the final a few times. So that's another one. So he could get to 25, realistically. Did he win Beijing? No. He hasn't won in Beijing. He has won in Vienna. So Beijing is on the card. He's won in Tokyo. He hasn't won in Washington, which is another 500 event that he's played. So, yeah. So, I guess, 25. But he's probably going to win a title in the same place before he wins, before he gets to 25 different places, right? I mean, it's most likely he's going to win a title, repeat a title somewhere. This would be a good quiz question. Oh, yeah. So, like, Australian Open, Indian Wells, Monte Carlo. I mean, he could win Indian Wells. Like, he made the semis last year and the final the 2 years before. Even though he had a bad year last year overall, he did make the semis of Indian Wells. He's consistently good there, so that's something. Yeah. But a great stat. Very funny. Such a Medvedev stat, you know? All right. Haddad Maia's back from the bathroom. Okay. Haddad Maia 7 first and the second. All right. As we get a backhand from Mboko. And the judge Maia makes an error. Love 15. All right. Love 15. As the return goes in the net by Mboko, 15-all. Another 7 in the forehand of Mboko. Backing out from Haddad Maia. Haddad Maia comes in net. Puts away the smash. 30-15. Also, Chad, it's going to rain Wednesday, Thursday in Melbourne. So, that'll be fun. Kooyong might not be played. Might be raining in Kooyong. During the draw ceremony, it's probably going to rain. Might even be thunderstorms. So that'll be interesting if they do it outside or inside. It could be some crazy weather. 7 to the forehand of Mboko. Forehand out from Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. It's Haddad Maia forehand again. Down the line now from Haddad Maia. Slice goes in by Mboko. And Haddad Maia with a forehand. Up goes a lob by Mboko. Smash Haddad Maia. It's a winner and it's 40-15. So yeah, so the draw ceremony on Thursday might be a bit hectic. Oh, bless you. 40-15. All right, as Haddad Maia holds 1-love. All right. Haddad Maia with a set in the lead. All right, back to Mboko. All right, 15-love. Sorry, 15-all as we had a double fault from Mboko. She hit the 400 line for a winner. 30-15. All right, as that goes out by Mboko, 30-all. As we had a fault from Mboko, second serve. As Mboko with a good second serve, 40-30. As Mboko holds. All right, 1-love. 1-all, sorry, in the second. All right. Has Raducanu ever been the number one seed at the tournament? Yeah, I asked that the other day, and somebody said that in South Korea back in like 2021, she was. Which makes sense because she just won the US Open. So was it 22 maybe? Maybe it was 22. I don't know. Somebody said that she had been number one seed at a tournament in Seoul. But I can't confirm that because I can't find it. Probably though. I think she has, because remember she was like near the top 10 for the year after the year after winning the US Open. She was close to top 10, so she probably would have played a small tournament that she was like number 11 or 12 in the world, and that would have been enough. Love 15. As we return now to the forehand of Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. Into the forehand of Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand again. Haddad Maia goes down the line, but it's long. And that's the door. Love 30. Love 30. Haddad Maia wins the point, 15-30. Today's delivery day. 15-30. Haddad Maia serves again. Into the backhand of Mboko, and then Haddad Maia hits it wide. All right, 15-40. Chance for Mboko to get the break in the second. $15.40. There's Mboko looking at a second serve here. Haddad Maia serves. Into the backhand of Mboko. Forehand from Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand to the backhand of Haddad Maia. Haddad Maia in the net. There's the break. All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, 2-1. All right. Two-one. Mboko in the... Chat, I'm never going to be wrong again. Oh, chat, I have bought... Whoop, what's up? Chat, I will never be wrong again. I have a magic 8-ball. Finally, my predictions will be flawless. Finally, the hoarder strikes again. Hey, I'm a collector, not a hoarder. All right, the first question is the most important. 30-15, as we're backhand into the backhand of Mboko. Forehand out from Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand cross court. Haddad Maia gets it. It's Mboko. Hits a winner, 30-0. Okay. Will this help me with my predictions? There's nothing on it. Will this help me with my predictions? You can count on it. Yes, it works. It works. You can count on it. Oh, yes. 30-40. Yes. Finally. Finally. 30-40. First it's a fault, second serve. As we're back in a forehand rally. Haddad Maia into the forehand of Mboko. Haddad Maia backhand. Down the line winner. We're back on serve. Feels like using such an accurate tool is cheating. No, it's guidance. All right, next one. Will Sinner win the Australian Open? Indications say yes. Ooh. Indications say yes. Wait, are these all positive? No, it's magic. All right. Indications say yes. Let us see. All right, we're back on serve, 2-2. All right, back to Haddad Maia. I've unleashed a secret power. And so far it's telling me what I want to hear. All right, love 15. Love 15. Serving to the backhand of Mboko. Forehand now from Haddad Maia. The forehand of Mboko. Haddad Maia forehand. Into the backhand of Haddad Maia. Another forehand from Mboko. Haddad Maia backhand again. The forehand of Mboko is Haddad Maia again to the forehand of Mboko. Into the forehand of Haddad Maia. Mboko forehand goes to Mboko's backhand. Another forehand again from Haddad Maia. As Mboko goes down the line. They're hitting the ball hard. Forehand now goes cross court from Mboko. Haddad Maia gets it back. Another forehand from Mboko and Haddad Maia hits it out. Love 30. Should we be worried about Swiatek after the bench slosh? Let me ask. Okay. Should we be worried about Swiatek after the bench loss? Inconclusive. My God. I think that's a very tough question. Oh, wait. Wait, let me ask again. Should we be worried about Swiatek after the bench loss? Very likely. Where'd it go? It said very likely. Very likely. It's getting a little spooky. Love 30. What have I brought into my house? Anyways, for 2:30, what is this? What are we doing? What is this? 15:30. This is getting a little spooky. Ah, 15:30. First serve was a fault, second serve. Pardon me. Does anybody else have any questions for the Magic 8 Ball? That is clearly... No. No. No more questions. The ball has spoken. Okay, no more questions. I'm sorry. No more questions. The ball has said so. I didn't even shake it. What happened? 15:40. No more questions. If I wake up in the middle of the night and it's hovering over my bed, I'm gonna freak out. All right, I'm gonna have to move. The ball owns the house now. I have to leave. 15:40. We've been here longer than that ball. This ball's been here for a total of 5 minutes, and it's already answered 4 questions very accurately. Anyway, it's 4 on the back. Well, maybe. We don't know. Time will tell. Anyway, it's falling from Haddad Maia goes out. We're back with Mboko leading at the break. Oh, that's empty. 3-2. Clip that. All right. Cool mug. Yeah, I love this mug. This might be my favorite mug right now. How was thrifting? Yeah, I haven't been thrifting today. I got to do some cleaning today after this. But yeah, thrifting on the weekend sucks. There's never anything good. The only thing I found that was really cool was that this antique store had like its old post box, like mailbox that was like an official like Australia Post mailbox. It was $400, but it was really cool. It was really cool. Should I buy the post box? Uh-oh. Don't bet on it. Okay. I won't buy it. All right, fine. 3-2. This ball is now taking control of my life decisions. Let's see where it ends, where I end. End up at the end of the year. This ball, I'm going to... Should I be concerned that my wife's still not back from getting milk? Yeah, very likely. I have to make a phone call after this. 15 love. As Mboko 30 love. As the return goes out by Haddad Maia 40 love. $40 love. Make sure you go grocery shopping before the AO starts. Oh, don't worry, I will. That's what I have to do today as well, actually, yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Deb. All right, 4-2. Medi looking like he can be a threat. I know, right? It'd be fun to watch Medvedev take on Alcaraz or Sinner in the Australian Open. Okay. 4-2. As Haddad Maia serves. As the return goes out by Mboko. 15 love. Love. Nice, Brent. Sounds fun. Hopefully Hoobie's there as well. You can wear it for multiple players. First serve. It's a fault. Second serve. It's a double faults. 15-0. Can't wait to play Mario Galaxy. Oh, Leon, every time you mention it, I'm like, I'm going to get that after the Australian Open. If I get it now, I'll get nothing done. That's a post-Australian Open reward, I think, for myself. Mario Galaxy, after the Australian Open, I might just sit down for 3 days straight and just play it. Is it multiplayer? Can you play? Is it multiplayer? Is it a backhand from Mboko and a Haddad Maia in there at 15-30? Like, can you play multiplayer? Or like online or anything? Emerson Jones lost. Navarro tough first round opponent. Yeah. Well, Emerson Jones, I mean, she doesn't have to win things right now. She has time. How many sides does this thing have? It doesn't matter. It's Magic. I think January is the busiest tennis month. Yeah, I think it's sort of, it is, but it's also it's probably the most tiring for everybody, right? Because it's late, 15:30. As with a backhand of forehand rally, Haddad Maia to the backhand of Mboko. Haddad Maia forehand to the line. Mboko gets it. Haddad Maia backhand down the line to the backhand of Mboko. Volley from Haddad Maia is a good pickup, 30-0. But it's also like coming off the quietest month of the year. From December to January is like nothing to like 0 to 100, right? So it feels way busier because we've just come from like zero tennis. Whereas like the French Open doesn't feel that it's just as busy. It just doesn't feel as busy because we're used to it by that point. And the Magic Ball agrees. It says absolutely. So the ball agrees. See? And also, I mean, it definitely feels busier when you have to stay up all night. I can guarantee, like, I know how that feels. 30-40, winner from Mboko. All right, Mboko to take the double break. As the return goes out by Mboko and Haddad Maia survives. Deuce. We get to deuce. As the return goes to forehand of Haddad Maia. Back in it from Mboko in the net to advantage Haddad Maia. All right. Advantage of Haddad Maia to keep it within one break. As the return goes into the forehand of Haddad Maia, and Mboko gets it to the forehand of Haddad Maia again. Slice Mboko. The Haddad Maia forehand again to the back of Mboko. Haddad Maia down the line. Good shot. Slice Mboko. As the Haddad Maia forehand again. Mboko can't get that one, and it's 4-3. 4-3. Haddad Maia. The fans are going nuts. All right. January sounds busy as January. Wait, it sounds busy because January's crowded. Okay. Chad, what is your favorite part of the tennis season? What part of the year is your favorite? My favorite's Monte Carlo. Like going into Monte Carlo, that first month of the clay season, I love that. When we're changing surface. What's your favorite part of the season? The Canadian Open, Wimbledon, Indian Wells, Miami, and Madrid, US Open and Roland Garros, nice. Grass season, yeah, that's probably a popular pick. Miami, Queens of Wimby, grass season, okay. I wonder if Carlos will have better Feb and March this year. Yeah, I think having Sinner around probably will help motivate him. Not motivate him, but probably help. Probably help, right? If he's seeing that Sinner's winning, he probably want to try and keep up or compete. You know, title for title. But whereas last year, I feel like a lot of we didn't like with Sinner not being there. We factored in that, like, you know, everyone had the chance to, be number one. There was 3 players could be number one, but it didn't happen. But like having the best player in the world at the time not being around, it must have affected because the other best players in the world didn't have that like comparison. They didn't have that person to go, okay, that's the best. How are they going, and what do I have to do? He was gone, so they couldn't really do anything. And it took Alcaraz a couple of months to get, to the clay before he started to like take the mantle as I'm the best player now. Because I think a lot of people forget, well, Zverev was coming off the devastating loss at the Australian Open. Alcaraz was coming off a poor result in Australia, like losing to Djokovic in a poor, like a bad way, an injured Djokovic. And then an up and down February, March for Alcaraz. Zverev was, the expectation or the opportunity of being number one in the world, might have got to him as well a little bit. And it wasn't until like March, like April, when everyone kind of settled. And then Sinner came back. 30 all. So, yeah, I hope I'm sure he's going to have a better time now because Sinner's going to be there for him to like look over at and go, okay, well, Sinner's doing well. I need to like, put pressure on himself, seeing what Sinner's doing. Because him and Sinner are going to be chasing number one this year, right? 40-30. Mboko goes down the line with a forehand winner. 5-3. 5-3. Pardon me. 5-3. How many Masters does Carlos need left? Great question. He needs Paris. He needs the ATP Finals. He needs Canada and Cincinnati, I think. So he needs those 4 at the end of the year. Because he's got Indian Wells, Miami, all the clay titles. He needs Shanghai. Yeah, he needs Shanghai, Paris, Canada, Cincy. Sorry, no Cincy. He won Cincy last year. He doesn't need Cincy. I forgot that he won Cincy by retirement. I forgot Sinner retired. Sorry, he doesn't need Cincy. He's got Cincy. He needs the ATP Finals, though. So he's getting there. He'll get it. He'll get it. As with a 4 down the line, and the passing shot from Mboko, too good. 15-all. He'll get there. All right. Serve again from Haddad Maia. 15-all. ATP Finals will be the toughest. Yeah, especially if Sinner, like that's Sinner's title to lose, right? Serving to the front of Mboko. 4 now from Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. Haddad Maia gets it back into the back of Mboko. As Haddad Maia with a forehand goes long. And it's 15-30. Serve again. Into the forehand of Mboko. Forehand of Haddad Maia. Goes long. 15-40. Set points. Hey, Ryan, thank you for the 51 months. Thanks for sticking around. All right. Set points from Mboko to take us to a third. $15.40. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. There's a bit of backhand return from Mboko. Haddad Maia in the net. There it is. We're going 3. We're going 3. Mboko's going to serve first in the third as well. We're going to a third. All right. Chat, does anyone have any questions for the Magic 8 Ball? Does anybody have any questions? Australian Open questions, preferably. Somebody needs to be writing down the answers for these questions. Clip the answers. Clip the answers. I'll put them together. Clip these make these clips. Make them clippable so then we can refer to them at the end of the year, end of the week, tournament, end of the month. How do you think Fonseca will go? All right, big question. By the way, 9 winners at 4 errors from Mboko, 6 winners, 7 errors from Haddad Maia. Clean set by both. Just a lot of breaks. How will Fonseca go? Wait, what was the question? It can't be it's not going to tell me like round 1. How far? We got to reframe the question. Will Fonseca do well at the Australian Open? Will he do well at the Australian Open? Oop. Focus and ask again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my bad. We've got to focus and start it. Hang on. Focus and ask again. Okay. Okay. Will Fonseca do well at the Australian Open? I can't say now. What does that mean? Can't say now. That's weird. Can't say now. It's too early. Maybe the ball's waiting for the draw to come out. The draw hasn't come out yet. We've got to wait for the draw to come out. Maybe that's what that means. Can't say now. All right. We'll ask later. When the draw comes out, we'll ask again. Ask at the end of the week. Are we watching any matches after this? Are we watching any matches after this? The stars say no. No, we aren't. Well, I was going to say no, but the stars say no. So that's a double no. There's no more matches for the rest of the day. No, this was the only match we're going to watch. And I wasn't even going to watch this match, but I thought, I want to see how Mboko looks. The stars say no. So, sorry. You can't argue with the stars. 15 love. As with a backhand down the line to the slice of Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand cross court. That's a great shot. And it's 30 love. He has a back injury. I'm not certain he'll do well. I'll tell you, if Fonseca pulls out of the Australian Open, which I hope he doesn't, but if he does, and the ball said can't say now, and it's referring to him maybe Fonseca withdrawing for the AO, this ball is real. This is a real thing that is working, and it has magical powers. Because that's scary. That is scary. It's also I think Sinner's going to win. So that's scary. 40 love. Ah, 40 love. Where is this ball? It's right here. It's right here. I have to hold it like this. Otherwise, if I hold it like this, it doesn't work properly. I have to hold it like this. So I can actually see the thing. So I have to shake it and then... I'm learning how to use it. Anyways, one love. But yeah, here it is. Here it is. And so far, it has made some very interesting observations. I had one of those when I was a kid. But this one is like the real one. It's a real deal. Okay. Wildcard, Aussie, Tina Smith won her first round quality. Nice. Ben versus Brooksby, second round of Auckland. Ooh, interesting. All right, here we go on Mboko. With the lead in the third. Will a qualifier win it all? Okay. Will a qualifier win it all? The stars say no. So the stars say no. The qualifier will not win it all. There you go. Now, one love on Mboko. Mia's had enough. Serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Haddad Maia. Backhand of Mboko. Forehand again to the backhand of Mboko. His forehand down the line. Mboko goes cross court. The backhand of Haddad Maia. Mboko forehand. Again to the backhand of Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand goes in the net. And it's 15 love. All right. All right, 15. Oh. Sorry, 15 love is with a forehand now to the backhand of Mboko, and Haddad Maia puts it in the net. 15-0. 15-all. There's a bit of fault second serve. Yeah, we'll watch a couple of exhibitions next week, I'm hoping. That's what I'm planning on doing. As Mboko wins the point, 15-30. All right, 15-30. As Haddad Maia gets a 30-all with a winner. All right, 30-all. All. A bit of serving to the forehand from Mboko. Forehand from Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. Haddad Maia with a volley. Good pickup. Mboko puts up a lob. As Mboko gets there with another lob. Is that going in? No, it's out. Good hands by Haddad Maia at the net. And it's 40-30. Will Cam's hoarding force him out of his house? Will my hoard... I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not hoarder. I'm not answering that. That's not a question. I'm not a hoarder. All right. Haddad Maia serving to level. As we're going to serve in the net. Double fault by Haddad Maia. Deuce. Cam's a collector. Thank you. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. What are the exhibitions? So during next week, over the course of the week, there's a couple of different events that they do. So there's some matches, practice matches, but there's also some the 1 point slam is a thing. Like the Federer opening ceremony thing is a thing. So yeah. All right, advantage Haddad Maia. Serving to the forehand of Mboko. Mboko hits it out. All right, 1-1. 1-all. Baptiste got a point penalty, yelled the F word, and lost a game. Really? That's brutal. So she obviously already had a penalty then. So that was a second point penalty is the second strike. So she must have done something before that. All right, 1-1. $15 love. As we default second serve. Mboko double faults. 30, so 15 all. Oh, my boss is calling me. Oh no. Is it a fine now from Haddad Maia on the stretch? Mboko goes cross court. Haddad Maia is there with the backhand. Mboko hits it wide down the line. 15-30. Chance for Haddad Maia to get the break in the final set here. 15-30. As Mboko good serve, 30-0. All right, there's Mboko with a good winner, 40-30. As Mboko serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the back end of Haddad Maia. Haddad Maia hits it wide. 2-1 Mboko. Mboko. Carlos versus Demon. Sinner versus FAA. Musetti versus Vera. Svitolina. Doubles. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on next week. And the Australian Open this time next week is day 2. So that's also fun. Like I said the other day, I think next Monday is actually going to be stinking hot. In like at the Open, so maybe not. The temperature's changed again. It's not going to be. It's not going to be cold. It's going to be warm, but maybe not as hot as they expected. Who knows? Things can change. It's a week away. All right, 2-1. And this quick stream has turned into a marathon. I don't know why I didn't think that... why I didn't remember that Haddad Maia plays the longest matches ever. Oh, Dash is playing tonight. I'm going to keep an eye on that. All right. 2-1 Mboko in the final set. 2-1. And love 15. Mboko winning the first point. All right, love 15 as we get a backhand winner there from Mboko. Love 30. Feels like you haven't watched a Dajmai in 10 years. I miss us long, slow matches. Yeah, we haven't watched it for a long time. We probably we didn't watch it last year, I don't think. Love 30. Love 30 as Adajmai serves. When did we watch her? I can't remember. As a return goes into the form of Adajmai, backing up from Mboko. Adajmai into the form of Mboko as Adajmai backhand. Into the form of Mboko. Adajmai backhand down the line. Mboko gets it. Cross court to the form of Adajmai. Mboko backhand again. And Adajmai in the net. Love 40. Great hitting from Vicky. Did we watch her against Anissima over the US? Did we? Did we do that? Did we? Can't remember. I love 40. As the return goes to the form of Adajmai. Form from Mboko. Adajmai hits it long. Mboko breaks 3-1. Three one. Hope Poppy finds form this year. Since his Toronto win and beating Nole, he hasn't been the same. Yeah, last year he definitely struggled last year. After that great US series. First service fault, took a tip. There's Mboko double faults, left 15. Another fault, second serve. The return goes in the net by Adajmai, 15-0. If you could play any pro against any pro man or woman, who would it be and why? No, none of them. Because they'd embarrass me. Backhand into the forehand of Adajmai, and then Mboko hits a backhand to the forehand of Adajmai, hits it wide. Maybe Rafa. Just to see Rafa's topspin forehand, feel how that is coming off the racket. To get the Rafa forehand, see what the Rafa forehand's doing. How crazy it is. Uh, 40-15. And then an ace down the tee. All right. Mboko. 4-1 in the third. Monero lost to Preston in Hobart. Wow, that's an interesting result. After Monero beat Coco. So Preston could beat Coco. Is what I'm getting from that. All right, and Mboko with the 4-1 lead final set. All right. Does anyone have any questions for the Magic 8 Ball? Any more questions for this magical ball that has not been wrong yet, as far as we know? Does anybody have any questions? Any more tennis questions? Who won Brisbane? Sabalenka and Medvedev. According to the laws of the WTA, that means nothing. Wait, what? You mean beating Coco and losing to Preston? Will we watch Raducanu tomorrow? Okay. Will we watch Raducanu tomorrow? Positively. Positively. Positively watching Raducanu tomorrow. I could have told you that. Will Hubie get 1,000 aces this year? Absolutely. Ooh, okay. All right. Hubie getting 1,000 aces? Absolutely. Interesting. It's a bold prediction. He's already hit about 100 aces, hasn't he? All right, serving to the back of Mboko. And that goes out on the return. 15 love. Yeah, Medvedev's won 22 titles in 22 cities. It's crazy. All right, 15 love. As the judge Meyer serves the fault, second serve. Oops. Serve to the forehand of Mboko. Mboko on the net. And it's 30 love. Oh, interesting. Okay. Will Rublev ever get past the quarterfinal stage of the Slam? Oh, very likely. This is a very positive ball. Very likely. Okay. All right, first serve, default, second serve. As at the back end of Mboko. Forehand from Haddad Maia. Mboko with a passing shot winner. 30-15. Will Fokina win it? Okay. Will Davidovich Fokina win a tournament? I cannot foretell now. Interesting. I cannot foretell now. All right, 30-15. Serve to the backhand of Mboko. Find out from Haddad Maia. Mboko again to the front of Haddad Maia. Haddad Maia puts away 40-15. Oh, okay. Will we get a new Slam finalist this year? No doubt about it. Now, you said finalist, right? No doubt about it. Okay. 40-15. Serving to the front of Mboko. Good return. Nope. Return goes long. All right, 4-2. Ask the ball if Swiatek's going to win a Slam this year. Will Swiatek win a Slam in 2026? I cannot foretell now. Ooh. All right. Avoiding the questions. Cannot foretell now. Okay, well, we'll come back later and ask later. Try again later. Try again later. All right, 4-2. As 15 love on Mboko. As we're back into the net by Haddad Maia, 30 love. All right. Will Novak Djokovic retire this year? As per Deb saying that. Nothing happening. Come on. Consult me later. Ooh. 30-15. Consult me later. All right, well. That'll be a try again later. Going to lunch, I think. All right, slicing the net by Haddad Maia and Mboko, 40-15. That's a Cam answer. No, it says consult me later, literally on the ball. All right, 40-15. Ball don't lie. As the return goes into the backhand of Mboko. Mboko in the net, 40-30. As with a serve down to the backhand, it's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Mboko. Forehand from Haddad Maia sliced. Mboko down the line winner, 5-2. 5-2. Will Stan get past the third round of the AO? Answer unclear. Ask later. All right. Well, the ball's gone to lunch, all right? So it's not answering questions right now. This is... Yeah, okay. No further questions. Hello. All right. Five-2. Mboko has the lead in the final set. The ball needs to see the draw first. Yeah, I think that's what it is. All the questions about the Australian Open, it's avoiding. Besides, like, Sinner will win. That's the only one that it was, like, confident on. But everything else has been wait and see, wait and see. So when the draw comes out, we'll ask the ball, all right? At the end of the week, any Australian Open questions, ask them when the draw comes out because the ball's not playing, all right? It knows. It's smart. This is a smart ball, all right? This knows. It's like, all right, we're going to wait for the draw because it's not going to make any rash decisions. Will you give us a setup tour? Okay, will you give us a setup tour? No. What's it say? Chances aren't good. Chances. This is my setup. Like, what do you think? This is a green screen? It's my background. Chances aren't good though. All right, Haddad Maia serving to stay in the match. You can see my setup. I'm sitting in it. Haddad Maia, sorry, serving to stay in the match. Mboko, one game away from getting the win. As the return goes in, the forehand of Haddad Maia, and Mboko forehand to the forehand of Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. As Haddad Maia to the backhand of Mboko again. Haddad Maia backhand of her own. As with a backhand again from Mboko. Haddad Maia gets it back. Mboko to the backhand of Haddad Maia to the forehand of Mboko. And Mboko, it's a winner. Lovely shot from Vicky. Love 15. We saw Cam set up last week. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah. All right. Love 15. Yeah, Tennis Talk HQ is pretty messy at the moment. It's not really set up. It's not. Maybe after sometime this year, I'll make sure it's in a reasonable state because it is a mess. I'm sitting in a storage closet. There's a bit of backhand slice from Mboko, and Haddad Maia puts it away 15-all. Not because I'm a hoarder, just because I have collected things that I need to organize. Ball wants to take no responsibility for anyone's terrible bets. Oh yeah, by the way, this ball is not responsible for. It's not telling you what to bet on. This is not a. This is magic. Don't abuse the powers of magic. All right. You didn't see Harry Potter going out there and play some bets on stuff just because he had a wand. All right. This is not to be misused. We need to respect the ball. We need to respect what it says, and just be grateful that the ball is giving us answers to the questions that we all need to know. Don't go out there and be Biff from Back to the Future and try and rig the system, all right? Do not use what this ball says for your own financial benefit. That's not what this is about. Otherwise I'll shake it and it'll say, "Gone fishing," and it's All right. Lovely shot from Haddad Maia. We have to respect the ball. 30-15. It's not telling us anything right now. It has told us some things today. We have had some questions answered. As Mboko hits a winner 30 all. I know Fly with CG is not convinced that this ball is magical, but that's okay. It's been here for 5 seconds. Time will tell. It did say that definitively that Sinner's going to win the Australian Open, so just remember that. I'm skeptical. All right. I'm a true believer because I bought it, so I hope it works, because otherwise, why did I throw $20 away? All right, 30-40, match point. Match point for Mboko to come back from a set down and get into the second round. A good, hard-fought result for Mboko. You live in Mrs. Sausage, yeah? 30-40. Serve. Into the front of Mboko. Forehand from Haddad Maia. Mboko backhand. Again to the front of Haddad Maia. Mboko's running side to side. Haddad Maia goes to the back of Mboko. Now Haddad Maia's in trouble. And she hits it in the net. There it is. Vicky wins. Vicky gets the win. And she is into the second round. Good win by Mboko. Hard fought. And she is into the second round of Adelaide. All right. Good fight. Good fighting victory. By the way, to the guy that asked, will Carlos win a slam and which one? It's not gonna answer specifically which one. This doesn't. The question, you can't ask that. It's not gonna say Wimbledon. All right. Ask about each slam. Yeah, you got to ask the question. You got to ask a specific question. You can't be asking broad questions. You got to be more specific. Good win. Haddad Maia is always tricky. Oh, yeah. She is. By the way, Tomanovic is beating Towson 4-2 first set. Is there a tennis-specific magic ball? They're probably not, but I can... this one might look like a tennis ball at some point this year, because that might... I mean, maybe I'll get a... You know what? Maybe I'll get a tennis ball one. Maybe there is a tennis one. But this one, so far, today, has been pretty interesting. Any last questions for the ball before we leave? Because I need to go and get food. I need to make a video. I need to clean. and also see what we're doing tomorrow, because tomorrow is a day. Brilliant final set from Mboko. Oh, Mboko played great after the first set. Now, no burrito today. Hobart updates. Hobart. We'll probably watch Hobart tomorrow. I need Tim Tams, do you? Go get Tim Tams. Go get them. I don't need Tim Tams. All right. No more questions. That's it. No more questions for the ball. The ball will be back at some point in the future. But thanks for hanging out. We'll be back to do whatever tomorrow. We're going to do something tomorrow. I don't know what, but we'll watch something. Stay tuned for the ranking show. That's coming up later today. A lot of things to talk about with the rankings, obviously, because we've just had a lot of players playing and some big results. But thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we could do this match, even though it was a little bit longer than I expected. But hey, it was good to watch Mboko for the first time this season. But I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Mboko wins. Comes back on set down. She wins in 3. I'll see you tomorrow.